Theodoro, the tiny Greek principality that was located in the southern part of Crimea, is one of the most fun nations that received a major upgrade in the latest and final DLC of EU4, Winds of Change. Historically, this nation was also known as Gothia, and this bit of history is now portrayed in the game. It has an exclusive achievement, Gothic Invasion, which is easier after the missions buff. You can get impressive rewards such as a level 4 fort in 1450s and a Persian Union over Muscovy/Russia, so Gothic Invasion is going to be the main goal of this campaign, and we're going to make this a 3-part series. Alright, let's get into it. Today's video is sponsored by Hungry Minds and the book The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization. It's a stunning encyclopedia of inventions and discoveries throughout human history. With over 400 pages, it covers many different topics, ranging from crafting the simplest of tools needed for survival to more complex topics such as aviation, siege equipment, and many more. The book is physically very big, as you can see how it compares to my hand. It's also accessible for all readers. I've played thousands of hours of strategy games, but I certainly didn't know that they used stones this heavy for the catapults and trebuchets and that they would reach speeds of 120 miles per hour. This is fascinating and you can learn so much from this. Oh, and did I point out the wonderful illustrations? You can tell the artists took their time with it, it's just aesthetically pleasant. Perhaps you're looking for the perfect gift. The book makes a great present for your friends and family who enjoy reading or might be intrigued with the idea of rebuilding a civilization. There's over 180 topics, so you can even find stuff like this. Living cheese. As Italians like to call it, casu marzu. I think I've seen that Gordon Ramsay Uncharted episode. And yes, there we go, beer. Now that's a topic I can get behind. Discover how ancient wisdom can help us navigate modern challenges. Follow the link in the description and make a purchase. And there we are as Theodoro. Straight into our estates, we're getting +1 mana points for all of them. And as you might notice, we already have one privilege. Italian coastal influence. This is a bad one. We lose trade power, sailors, but we will be able to revoke this once we pass certain missions. So not to worry. For now, let's go with oversight of the clergy. Yearly patriarch authority increase with clerical ministers, as we are an Orthodox nation. And we're gonna go with religious diplomats. For nobility, let's increase the loyalty with right of council, supremacy over the crown, and let's get a general via nobility officer rights. And lastly, for the burghers, we can take out the loans. We will probably need those, even though they're super small right now. We're only getting 4 ducats from them. Promote burghers bookkeeping, increase our trade power with allow burghers economic freedom, and that should do. 45% loyalty equilibrium is actually fine. Summoning the diet is pretty important as Theodoro because you can get some good claims through this, but in our case we're offered claims on Genoa, on the provinces which we would eventually get through our missions anyways, so we're not gonna go with that. And actually through the second one we can get claims on Crimea. Now that's not bad, we'll take that. Okay, we can seize lands. We will be getting some additional units. Let's recruit a couple more. And we will be changing our trade setup a little bit. We will start hostile trading in our main node so we can build claims faster. And we're gonna move our free merchant over to the Genoese trade node where we will start improving relations with established communities so that we can get more relations with Genoa faster. This is our mission tree, guys. And let's take, for example, the Genoese relations mission. I want to explain how this mission tree works. Basically, through the most of the missions, you get to choose how you want to complete this. They have 2 different ways of doing it. This one, we either befriend Genoa or we insult and rival them. And I will complete this by befriending them, which will give us more trust with them, and eventually this will lead to us receiving their Crimean belongings for free. Now, for example, when it comes to the mission ties with the Komnenos, a common choice would be to ally Trebizond, get 70 trust with them, and this would allow you to make them a vassal. I'm not saying that this is a bad option, but I actually prefer the secondary way of doing this, which would be conquering them, because this would allow you to get level 4 fort in 1450s with minus 75% local fort maintenance, meaning you don't pay crap for it. So I actually really like this second way of doing it. Now let's go to our national decisions. We will be granting generalship, and hopefully this is a decent... He's a gigachat. Nice. 4 shock free siege, more than we could ask for. This is probably max pips that you can get with 40 tradition, so I'm very happy with this one. Now, the first war, that's a very tricky thing to do as Theodoro. We're gonna try and spy on Circassia, but if they become a tributary state of Great Horde, for example, because this can happen and it's quite often happening, or they get some strong ally, then we will shift our focus to Georgia. And most likely what's going to happen is that we're going to wait until we have level 4 mill technology for an advantage, because we're probably not going to get much help with our first war. And we want to improve relations with Genoa because at the same time we kinda need protection from Crimea. They are free to attack us whenever they want to, we don't have a truce with them or anything like that. So an easy way to get protection is to enter the Genoese Trade League, which will form shortly. So for now that's going to be it. We can select our rivals, Chandler, Crimea, and Genoa is going to be our friend. Alright guys, as you can see, they have formed the trade league and we're able to join it. We're going to do this so we don't have to worry about Crimea anymore. I am also going to get one more privilege for the clergy. That's going to be institutionalized clergy. Our influence is very high as it is, but we can afford this for now. We can get 5 patriarch authority and we can click this every 20 years. We already have taken patriarch authority from the other privilege, so eventually we will be able to get this to 10% and use one of the icons, preferably the discipline one. Guys, so far so good. Circassia hasn't allied anyone and is not a tributary, so prayers up. Hopefully it stays as it is. Yeah, we can also go ahead and boost our stability once, costs only 90 points, so that's quite cheap. Yes, there we go. They allied, oh my god, this is even worse than I thought it could be. Not only they become a tributary state of the Great War, but also allied Georgia. Okay, there's no way that we can start a war before we're level 4 mil. We're gonna have to wait for that. And I'm actually not going to set our focus to military because we're earning so few admin points, we will need those as well. We could get a general though. I think we can afford one. Like, we're gonna lose a bit of money, but the generation is gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna get this morale of Farmy's advisor. So we claim this, then we can start making some claims on Georgia. Every province in which we have claim reduces the admin points needed to core it up, so it's worth to make a few claims. Our first mission is completed, Genoese relations. We will start constructing 2 galleys for 0% of the cost. We add Genoa as our historical friend and increase the trust with him. And guys, as we got these ships constructed, we can complete another mission. This is a Black Sea Fleet. This creates a level 1 trade center in Theodoro. We get 10 navy tradition, and when we will select a naval doctrine, we will gain a temporary modifier for 15 years, increasing galley combat ability and reducing naval maintenance modifier. Maybe we can speed this up a little bit. I'm going to insult one of Genoese rivals. Let's say we can do this with Georgia, why not? Take that, I never liked you. Oh look, there's some lovely filth over here. Very close to this alliance now, very close. Another thing we are close to is the level 4 technology. So guys, it's about time that we take out a few loans. This is going to skyrocket our inflation, but don't worry about it. Eventually we will fix the situation. We will need these loans. Now, let's get the free company. Actually, Circassian guards are pretty good. Look at that, man. 5 shock. If I wouldn't have gotten a good general, I probably would have gone with that, but this is gonna be a little bit cheaper for us. Ships come back, please. The merchant can collect in Constantinople instead. Let's also grab an admiral. And boom, guys, we can ally Genoa now. Hopefully this is gonna work out because we're gonna lose a trust with Genoa as we're not going to give them lands that we promised. Where are the Circassians? They're here. Okay, we need to chase them around. Come on, don't run. Don't run now. Looks like we got him in the province of Kuma, so this should be a wipe indeed. We need to get a ton of favors now with Genoa, so we're gonna do that. And in the meantime, I guess we can spy on someone else, like Trebizond. Nice, additional 5 patriarch authority. That's gonna come in handy because this allows us to get additional 5% discipline. Oh, come on, man. Just leave me alone. I see what he's doing. He's going for our capital now, so we're going to enable the defensive edict. So he's using Trebizond to transport units. Maybe we can do something with this naval battle. Nah, not really. We did manage to destroy 1 ship, but yeah. Genoa is not really supporting us yet, so we cannot fight. But interestingly, look at that. Georgia is actually in the province of Lesbos, so they're quite far away from us. We got the Circassian fort, that's good. Let's move on. Maybe we can go straight for Trebizond. We're taking out 1 loan every month as we're losing nearly 6 ducats and we have 4 ducat loans. So we already have 28, which is crazy. Circassia wants a peace deal. We can annex them already, okay. But that's exactly what we're gonna... Actually, that's not a bad amount of money. 45 ducats are going to us. I think we can work with that, to be honest. Because now we can start repaying some of these 4 ducat loans, and our new loans are going to be 14 ducats each, so I'm going to actually even replace the estate loans with these new ones. And our situation might not be as bad as I thought it would be. Interestingly, in 1450, Shirvan no longer exists. I wasn't really paying attention to what happened here, but apparently Georgia got one of their provinces. Nice! Only 244 days for the Trebizond fort. Now that was pretty quick. Now we cannot really escape from here, so we need to occupy the Lomsia fort, and hopefully this is not going to take ages. And obviously, let's peace out Trebizond. Once again, a good amount of money. And this is super nice, guys, because now in 1451, through the mission Ties with the Komnenos, we are getting a level 4 fort with a minus 75% local fort maintenance and plus 25% local defensiveness, meaning this is a super good fort for us. Only 0.61 ducats in maintenance. And we managed to catch them. Together with Genoa, we're going to completely wipe floor with them. Come here, help us out. And that was a wipe. We just wiped out 12,000 units. There's a few rebels that we need to kill, but that is the least of our problems. The good thing is that Georgia has no more units. They only have a little bit of manpower, so they could still recruit some, but this is still going very well. At this point, I'm gonna get rid of the mercenaries. We cannot really afford to have them. And it's kind of unfortunate, but one of the provinces was occupied by Genoa, and they don't give us the occupation, unfortunately. So it looks like we won't be getting a full annexation. Because if everything had went... okay. Karakayunlu is actually getting some provinces too, so yeah, that is out of the question. If everything went perfectly, then we would have had full annexation of Georgia, and we would have received the 2 provinces of Samchki for free, because they would transfer the vassalage to us. Now let's just wait a little bit more for that last remaining favor until we reach 20. And this means that we have a mission completed, and this one's very important. Dealing with the Italians is going to give us 100 support for Renaissance in our capital, and the Italian coastal influence privilege will give us some actual benefits now, trade efficiency and institution spread. So since we have Renaissance here, we can embrace it for just 16 ducats. We're going to do that ASAP before we even take any more lands. And we can immediately sell the Renaissance to someone. Lithuania would want it. Just need to improve a little bit more relations with them, which we're working on. Actually, we can get the royal marriage and probably an alliance after this war. But yeah, this is gonna be how much we can take, and I'm pretty happy with this peace deal, to be honest. This is definitely not bad whatsoever. We did receive a little bit of crown lands, and honestly, we can probably just seize lands. I'm not going to even sell titles, as we're not in that tough of a spot as I expected we would be. Just need to concentrate a little bit of development, and we can begin quarrying this stuff. Regarding the loan situation, we do have 16 loans. Our new loans are 46 ducats each, so once again, we will just refinance, and I will show you what we have afterwards. And there it is, guys. We are left with just 1% loans. Obviously, later on, we will take more because our economy is not restored fully. We still actually need to get rid of... These are such good forts, to be honest. Like, it kind of pains me to get rid of those. Dude, maybe I should, like, release a vassal. Maybe let's release Armenia. Honestly, it doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Let's release Armenia, and let's even give them a couple of additional provinces so that we don't have to care about the forts and we don't have to care about quarrying this. Next up, more than anything, we need this advisor. We need more admin points. I'm gonna get rid of the military advisor. He's a bit too expensive. And we can pick more privileges for the Cossacks. We're gonna get the self-governance for the loyalty, and we're gonna also recruit Cossack leaders for land leader shock and army tradition. What's happening with Genoa? Yeah, as you can see, we lost a lot of trust, so we need to reach overall 70 trust. So that's gonna take some time, but we need to do this as fast as we can, otherwise the Ottomans could actually get the control of Crimea anytime. We don't want this to happen, so we're gonna always use one of our diplomats to curry favors with Genoa. Next rivals, we can go for the Great Horde, and let's go for Karakayunlu, I suppose. There's no way we could attack Karakayunlu anyways. We do have this alliance with Lithuania, and we probably can even get one with Poland. And let's not forget to sell Renaissance, which we can do now, and we can get a ton of money with this. Alright then. So this one province, Georgia, is now Imereti, which means we can attack them. We just need to wait for Karakayunlu to drop the guarantee. I'm gonna start making a claim. Maybe we can snatch this. And they did drop the guarantee, so we just need this claim as fast as we can. Now we are cooking, guys. Now we are cooking. Free province. For the tier 2 government reform, let's go with the tax modifier. We need the money. We badly need the money. Holy crap, guys. This is the largest Karabakh I've seen. Karakayunlu is feeding them provinces. And how the hell did they even get these provinces when Gazikmuk is allied with the Ottomans? What even happened here? But hey, there's another thing. We have 10 favors with Lithuania, and they have level 4 military, as well as 30,000 units. I think we can do this. We can fight Kazan, Chandar, and Crimea. But Lithuania probably wants some of these lands, don't they? Look at that. These 5 provinces are vital interests of Lithuania, and we need them as well. So we need to occupy them first. We cannot really just go and focus Chandler while they do the work. And this is going to be a bit scary because Crimea has 12k and obviously we're going to fight in stepped provinces, but we have to try this. Otherwise we're risking Ottomans getting Crimea and then it will be insanely difficult for us to do anything. I'm gonna mark this as vital interest as well. And we are gonna go for it. We're gonna try and go for it. I'm sure we got this. Oh, they have an additional fort, eh? Well, that's not great. This is great though. Love seeing that. Let's go Lithuania. Kick them out. Good job, my friend. Yes, if they stick to this fort, this is actually really good for us because they cannot get this occupation as this is our primary war goal. Kazan is here. Now that's a bit dangerous. Oh my god, he's going after... No way. He just went in solo with 12,000 against 24,000 Lithuanian soldiers. Sometimes AI amazes me. Does he have like some specific traits? He's a free thinker and embezzler, so it doesn't seem like this increases his aggression or whatever. Nice, we have this fort and we can occupy everything else. So far, I love how this is going. Let's go after Crimea too. Alright, well, all of this is occupied. This is perfect. Naval battle is secured. Maybe we can beat up Kazan. Let's go, Lithuania. Let's protect your belongings. Hey, wake up. Come here. I need your help. Cannot do this alone. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we were late and I blame you. I blame only you. At least we got a little bit of a wipe over here going on. Dude, Kazan is so annoying. I don't even know if we can beat him here. Yeah, we can. At least we won this little battle. Byzantine refugees, and honestly, after we got this, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and grab mill level 6. Like, this is gonna give us a good boost. It's a bit ahead of time, but it's gonna be worth it. And then we can grab level 5 admin technology and pick our first idea group. And we have a lot of diplo points, so I'm actually gonna go with diplomatic ideas this time. In this run, we will need to expand a lot, and pretty much we need to pick conquering type of ideas. So diplomatic, admin, religious, all types of that stuff, you know. Oh, this is bad. 14k rebels in Crimea. We need to finish this somehow. Lithuania is being invaded by Muscovy. Actually, not invaded by Muscovy, but they're fighting Sweden, England... Oh my god. What are they doing to our allies, bro? Oh, this was because of the independence war and Lithuania is allied with Denmark. This is so bad. I'm already working on improving relations with Poland because we probably will need to get rid of this alliance. It will get destroyed. Look, they peaced out. Oh god, this is bad. We need to peace out Kazan. Hopefully we can get this fort. And yes, we can. Okay. Alright, Kazan is actually, that was really good that Lithuania peaced out because we can take full money, which is 280 ducats. That's insanely good. Right, that's fantastic. And actually, we can finish this war as soon as we get our diplomat back. There we go. I'm not gonna extend this. Boom. Finally. Crimean oppressors. We get 20 loyalty for the Cossacks estate, a general with 60 tradition, and he's gonna have additional +1 shock. And question of Azov, we're working on this. Just need to improve relations and we need a little bit more favors so we can trade this for trust. Yeah, so we won't be able to complete our agenda on time, unfortunately, but I don't want to let this go to waste and I want to get this 50 admin points, which is why I'm going to get nobility right for Diet Call. And this way we will just automatically complete it. It's really all because we lost the trust with Genoa initially. If you guys will go for this run, I would recommend try and get 10 favors with them before inviting them to a war so you don't have to promise them lands. Great, and now that we got rid of all the rebels, we can actually restore our crown lands. We're going to develop this a couple of times so we can complete the agenda. Let's make it a 30-dev province, why not? Now for further expansion, I suppose Great Horde or Karakayunlu. These are two main targets of ours. And I think Great Horde is going to be weakest one. Maybe we can get Poland for that, so let's wait. Surprisingly, seems like the Timurids are doing good in this game. I might want to get an alliance with them too. I'm gonna try and improve. Dude, our generals are just some of the best. The 60 tradition general has 6 shock, and the new one with 40 tradition that we got with our national decision has 4. Like, this is one thing that we can boast about. And a fun fact about Theodoro is that our tier 1 government reform merchant aristocracy actually allows us to recruit foreign generals. For example, we can go to Genoa and we have this button right here. Just to do this, we need a bit of money. So I'm not sure if it's entirely worth it. I haven't even done this once yet, but later on in the campaign we can at least try. Just a typical day in our life. 14,000 rebels, more than our entire army. I'm really surprised how our ruler hasn't passed away yet. He's 75, but I guess I'm not complaining. His stats are not bad. The last jousting tournament. Now this is going to be helpful. Plus 10% morale of armies until 1486. We have 20 years for some difficult wars. There we go, we have a new ruler. Okay, so only thing I'm not happy about is this heir. I have plenty of time, so I'm gonna disinherit him later on if I don't forget, because I really want to preserve this little bit of prestige that we have. And we're insanely close to an alliance with Timurids, so I'm just going to scornfully insult someone like Karakayunlu. There we go. I'm gonna grab this alliance because this is absolutely amazing to have. If we could get 10 favors, we actually would be able to drag them into the war with Karakayunlu, which we kinda need their help, we kinda do. So at least we have a really strong ally now. 53,000 units, they actually kind of match the strength of the Ottomans. We have been warned by the Ottomans not to go to war with any countries. Don't worry, buddy, I'm not interested. As long as you don't border Karakayunlu, I'm good. This is disgusting. We now have a border with Muscovy. Oh god, I don't like that. We could actually ally them probably, but then we piss off Poland. I'm still hoping that this will work out. And I don't really want to have an alliance with the Russians because I'm just gonna PU them later, because through our mission tree, specifically the Russian aristocracy mission, we can get a restoration of Union Casus Belli. There's one thing that I really don't like about our current situation, and that is the inflation that we have. I'm gonna try and reduce this at least a tiny bit. We even got a special agenda that asks us to reduce the inflation. This is one of the best agendas that you can get because of the amazing reward giving you trade efficiency, yearly prestige, and monthly autonomy reduction. So now there's even more incentive to work on this. Guys, we have 20 favors with Genoa, so we can actually now once again trade them to trust, and this finally will allow us to complete the question of Azov. This means that Genoa will be asked to hand over their Crimean holdings to us. And as you can see, they did, because we just received 3 provinces for free. This is absolutely beautiful. Some good news is that we have secured another alliance, and this one's Poland. It worked out that we rivaled Muscovy, and actually Austria doesn't hate Poland in this round, so I'm gonna try and get Austria too. We're good to go, boys. This is going to be a reconquest. We're gonna grab all the cores for Armenia and whatever else we can get. Now we have 20k units, which means we completed the Russian aristocracy, but we're definitely not completing the mission yet, since we're not ready to fight Muscovy yet. This is a bit scary. 28,000. Okay, I think I'm not gonna go for Tabriz. Maybe let's go protect our own stuff, because Gilan is sieging us now. Okay, so that's not only 28,000, but we just encountered Mushasha. I was not paying attention and we walked into them. I think we cannot win this one, but let's see what happens. Unless he's just going to leave him to die. Interesting choice, sir, because I really thought they would kill us with those 24,000 soldiers, or 28,000 soldiers. Time to start developing our stuff a little bit more, because we're maxed out on mill points, and yeah, we're not gonna pick the next technology yet, we're ahead of time. It's really too bad that we don't have like really good provinces that we could develop apart from our capital, which is Grasslands, but this is already at 30 dev. Gilan, I command you, get the hell out of here. That's a nice wipe over here. Armenia, please, join us, buddy. We need to get rid of this pest. Where even is the What is going on, bro? What are they doing? Are they just not going to help us in this war, or what? I'm gonna grab the expansionist zealotry for the additional morale of armies. Kinda forgot we could have this. You know, honestly, we might be able to take him on. Oh, they finally showed up. They're sieging down this one level 1 fort with 36,000 units. Never changed, Timurids. We're going in, regardless of what they're doing, we're going in, and this is half of Karakayunlu's army wiped out. Now we can definitely go for Tabriz. Our first Age of Discovery bonuses here as well, we're gonna go with the Justified Wars. Would really like to complete one more Age objective so that we could get the Golden Era started, because the Ottomans have already started their own. So if we want to have even the possibility of defeating them, that would definitely be required. Okay, this is going very well. Now if we can piece out Mushasha separately, that's going to be fantastic. And Gilan, I will just give this province to the Timurids, because I don't want this to be a one province minor that can join future coalitions. Beautiful, I'm gonna definitely take some money from our boy Mushasha. Let's enter a rivalry for some prestige. 97% war score means we are done with this war. So we're taking these 4 provinces and giving them to Armenia, but what else do we take? Obviously, this is us not going directly for our goal. We need to expand west, but I kinda still want to get the vassal of Iraq because it's such a valuable vassal to have. We would need a Mashriki province for that, so that could be, no, not Kirkuk. I guess Kazania is a good one to take. Like, I know that this is a disgusting peace deal, but in terms of value, I think it's actually good. Like, our next war is gonna be really juicy. So, now that we took these provinces, what we can do is release not one but a couple of vassals. I took one province from which we can release Shirvan, and of course we're going to release Iraq. So, next war, with Karakayunlu, we take all of this, which is 11 cores in total. That's massive. Because we're doing good with the crown lands, I'm actually going to sell titles once, because then we can repay the few loans that we had. And yeah, it's gonna be a bit painful until we can core everything, because this is a little snake that we made, so we need to core one province first, and then we can core the remaining stuff. We're gonna get additional innovativeness with this, so now let's take level 7. I'm actually gonna take level 6 admin too. And hey, at least we can build one building. Let's get the church in our capital, as that's quite a bit of money that this will give us. Normally, because we're an Orthodox nation, what we would do before building stuff is get the icon of Christ Pantocrator. Because it's only one building, I'm not getting it, but if we would build a lot of stuff, for example, if we had like thousands of ducats, then definitely it's gonna be worth to take this. Guys, how we can expand to the west? Well, at this point, with our current alliance set, Timurids, Lithuania, Poland, we can break one of these alliances, and I think I'm just gonna get rid of Lithuania because they're very weak. They haven't been having a good time. They have been bullied by Muscovy, bullied by the Scandinavians, and basically, if we curry up enough favors... Wait a moment, maybe we can use Lithuanian favors. Yeah, we can probably use Lithuanian favors to break their alliance with Poland. So I was about to build a ton of trade ships. I did get the naval doctrine, which increased our ship trade power, but apparently this wasn't even needed. We just needed to get the protect trade edict in our capital, and this actually allows us to complete Black Sea domination. This unlocks the burghers estate privilege livestock regulations, which grants 15% goods produced in livestock provinces, and we get the skill-free trader 75% cheaper. Now, I don't mind getting this advisor because he's super good. I'm gonna take one loan for that because it's entirely worth it. And guys, after this is done, we actually can now change our country name to Gothia through the mission Gothia Ascendant. We also will get permaclaims on Constantinople, Anatolia region, and Ruthenia regions, and we get a skill to Commandant, also 50% cheaper and 10 power projection, as well as 1 base manpower in Crimea area. There it is, Gothia. Let's get an 80 tradition general this time. It seems the more tradition it has, the worse the generals are, but for siege pips, we can use this one for sieges, that's for sure. The Ottomans are bullying the Mamluks badly. They just attacked Cyprus now. They already had won one war versus the Mamluks, and now they're just bullying them through their guaranteed nations. Insane. Yeah, they're getting out of control, man. This is gonna be super difficult in this run. And we can select our next government reform. I'm actually gonna go with the representatives of the crown because we have quite a few vassals. That's gonna be helpful. And this is going to be helpful. -2 unrest until the death of our ruler. He's still quite young, sure. This kind of reminded me, we still need to get rid of our heir, so goodbye. The Timurids are about to finish their war with Oman, so we're waiting for this to happen because we're going to continue our conquests and we're going to invite them to help us out. There we go. Now we will have their support when we declare a war on a great horde, and this is super important war. Not only we're going to take a lot of lands and work with the mission into the steppes, for which we need 7 provinces in the highlighted area, but also we will get into a war with Akkayunlu, which we can break the alliance with the Ottomans finally. And to be honest, what we could do is release Astrakhan. That would be quite a few cores. But at the same time, I kind of want Muscovy to continue expanding, and if we take like the bordering provinces, then Muscovy can eat up the rest. And the bigger Muscovy is, the bigger our personal union member will be, and basically this doesn't cause us any aggressive expansion for us to allow them to expand. So it's better the bigger they are. I think I'm just gonna go with the bordering provinces in this case. And we can probably take Sarai. So I'm gonna set this as our war goal. Beautiful. Let's begin. Oh, they're straight up going on for our fort. That's completely fine. Hopefully the Timurids will arrive shortly. And so we can focus Akkayunlu without too much hassle. Seeing the real you. Don't remember this event, but this is horrible. No, I would rather live without this heir. Yeah, please give me the money. No, you gotta be kidding me. They just took the fort at 7%. 7 goddamn percent, while it took us 49 to get this. You can't make this shit up. Nah, bro, you're gonna pay for this. Well, now you're running. Now you're going to run. You piece of crap, come here. There we go, we actually can go ahead and peace out Akkayunlu, so that was worth it. The trade was definitely worth it. You know what, we're about to be level 7 admin technology. I think I'm just gonna start our golden era right here. And we can get this idea a bit cheaper. No, what the hell are you doing, Timurids? Why are they walking away? You're doing such a good job on Uzbek's capital, and now they just decided to move for some reason. At least in the meantime, we occupied all of Great Horde's forts. There it is, guys, level 7 admin technology. And for our second idea group, I really wanted to go with religious second, but at this point we have so many mill points and we're still struggling a little bit with admin. I think we have to delay religious slash admin for the third group, and I'm gonna go straight for offensive for that additional siege ability, discipline, and other bonuses that will help us to handle the Ottomans. Let's unlock a couple of these. Without doing crap about Uzbek, we are able to take 400 ducats from them and also war reparations, so this is more than I could ask for. Let's break their alliance as well, why not? Now remember guys, we need 7 provinces here, so what I'm gonna do is take the full state of Sarai, or rather state of Astrakhan, and maybe all of this, and the province of Terek is not a part of our state, so maybe we can take this later, don't really care about it. Boom, we will leave these 5 provinces, hopefully Muscovy will take them. Now we have a nice base, we can concentrate some development, complete the mission into the steppes, which will give us permaclips on Caucasia, Ural and Central Asia regions. The freedom of the steppes estate privilege will now grant an additional -2 unrest in steppe provinces. And Sarai gets the conditional modifier Heart of the Steppes, given merchants +1, care 1 +25%, and Cossacks loyalty equilibrium +10%, so pretty good rewards. Gateway to the Middle East is also done because we have at least 15 provinces in Caucasia, so we get 10 ducats. Okay then. From livestock provinces in Caucasia, and for every mountain or hill province we own in Caucasia, we also get 10 mill power. So we have 323 and we got 40. Okay, that's not bad. Burgundian secession, and in Burgundy actually chose to remain Burgundian. Interesting. Ottomans entered into a military coalition. Okay, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. But maybe we can fix this by improving with Çetinkaya, so we will make them leave. And at this point, pretty much, we will need a stronger army. We don't have manpower, that's the biggest issue of ours. I think I'm actually gonna build at least a couple of barracks. And we finally have 50 favors with Lithuania, so we're going to use them to break their alliance. We're no longer allied with Poland. We're going to rival Lithuania, and hopefully after 5 years we can attack them without anybody, you know, doing crap about it. Let's check out these new privileges actually that we got from our mission tree. So we have freedom of the steppes. This -2 national unrest would be quite good, but then minimum local autonomy is increased by +33. And you don't lose crownland share from developing provinces, so yeah, I think I'm a pass on this one. And for the burghers, we also have one, right? And that's livestock regulations. How many livestock provinces do we even have? Okay, that's quite a lot, to be honest. I didn't realize there were so many livestock provinces in this region. But that's going to be a pretty good boost, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it, even though this is going to increase the influence by 10%. We're gonna lose 5% in 1 year after Diet Summon expires. So we should be fine. Alright, that's a decent heir. Newborn daughter, 345. I can accept that. And finally, we have the province war score cost now. That's going to be great, and good thing is that we lost the royal marriage with Lithuania too. Even though after we finished diplomatic ideas, we could get rid of royal marriages without losing stability anyways. Poland is improving Lithuania's opinion of them. Buddy, why are you doing that? Would you mind to stop? What if we reduce her opinion? Let's do that, to sabotage them in a way. Alright, I forgot that we were warned by the Ottomans. We still won't be able to attack Kakayunlu. Right. I guess we're sticking with Lithuania then, and maybe Karakayunlu in 1492. We can finally delete some of these forts as well, because we're paying way too much money and the devastation is gone here. These couple of forts around our capital are actually serving me quite well, so I'm keeping those. And obviously the amazing Trebizond fort, we have to keep that one. Another thing we can do is start the integration of Armenia by now. Let's do that. Maybe after all we can attack Akayunlu because they're a 1 province minor now. Karakayunlu actually nearly full annexed them. So yeah, this is going to be a free province. They no longer border the Ottomans. And actually our truce is about to expire next month, so thank you so much Karakayunlu. That's basically a gift from you. I'm gonna take the improved war taxes for now as well. And we can finish diplomatic ideas, which means all Diplo technologies will be a bit less expensive, and we can focus on the technology now. Now, before Akayunlu enters the coalition, we have to immediately declare, because there are a few nations still in the coalition. I'm gonna temporarily disable a couple of these forts, as this will allow us to send a gift to one of the nations. Because we're technically making money right now, we can send a gift to Çetinkaya, 25 ducats, and this will put us to +50 relations. I'm pretty sure this should dissolve the coalition. Yeah, there we go. Gazikmuk left, Çetinkaya left. And Nogai and everybody else is now leaving. I think it's time for us to get a little bit of cannons going on. I'm gonna build 4. At least we had a little bit of manpower to spend. It's time, guys. Our truce with Lithuania has expired, and they only allied Livonian Order in the meantime, which only has 2 provinces. Now we need to figure out what we're going to take. So, Plains of Ruthenia. That's going to be 15 provinces in total that we need. We probably won't be able to take that in one war, and we also need the province of Kiev. But yeah, we can work towards it. So let's set this as our war goal, and boom, let's go. Where are you at, boys? 4,000 over here. This is going to be an easy wipe. And he's still got 17k. And I've just spotted them, so we're going to try and follow him. There we go. Dude, we're dealing so much damage. He's got no chance. Boom, second battle won. Okay, Livonian Order, you gotta stop this madness. Please get out of here. Lithuania is going for our capital, I don't like that. Actually, we'll consolidate our regiments because we're completely out of manpower. And I'm just going to get some mercenaries. We can go with the Free Company for now. And our icon just expired. I think for now I'm gonna go with the icon of Saint Nicholas. This will be a bit less aggressive expansion when it comes to this war, and the improved relations actually is going to help us quite a bit to reduce the aggressive expansion with the countries that already have it. Okay, that's it. So I'm not gonna be releasing any Lithuanian vassals, and I mean vassals like Kiev, Polotsk, Chernigov, but we will release Galicia, Volhynia, which has primarily course on Poland, so we can in the future fight Poland and take a lot of stuff from them. And yeah, 585 ducats. The same nations are pissed about this that were before, so nothing really changes about that, but we have a really nice name placement now. We can boast about that. And as such, we are one of the great powers, finally. So basically, in the next war, we will be able to complete the Plains of Ruthenia mission. Probably we could have done this if we didn't take full cash, but I prioritized the money. Now, that's gonna be quite important. We actually need to revoke one nobility privilege because we are maxed out. And I need to get the privilege that reduces the cost to integrate vassals and reduce, or remove rather, the modifier with -3 diplomatic reputation. So we're going to be summoning the diet. We're gonna go for the nobility option regardless what we have here. And we're actually going to automatically complete this one. So now we have 75, we can sell titles, and this is solved. And I'm just gonna get rid of nobility officer rights. We're not gonna need this going further. Now, there we go, we have space for nobility integration policy, our vassal is nearly annexed, we can seize lands, and we still have 20% crowns. There's no more 4% loans. Once again, we're managing our economy quite well. This is pretty much war economy because we're only doing this because we're taking tons of money from our enemies. Right guys, let's not forget to release Galicia, Volhynia from this one province. Next war, Karakayunlu for sure, 1492 August. And Ottomans also just concluded their war with Karakayunlu, and they actually gave a few provinces to Çetinkaya. The Ayyubid Sultanate is being rebuilt. I've just noticed that Hungary is so tiny. They have no allies. Yeah, they're not doing good. And in return, Austria is also not doing good because they don't have a personal union that is usually a great power. So I don't even know what other alliances could we get. Like, I was trying to get Austria and we could potentially get them. But I mean, they wouldn't be that useful now. Anyways, there we go. We can upgrade our technologies. We're back on track. And yeah guys, 1492, I will be finishing the first part of this run right here. I would really appreciate if you would leave a like if you did enjoy this video. I'm not gonna set a like goal this time because I simply plan to make 3-part series anyways. I really want to get the Gothic invasion achievement, and this is just a tiny start that we have right here. We will definitely need a ton of time for this. So we'll see, maybe this won't even be a 3-part series, maybe even a first 4-part that I've ever done. So that's right, I will see you next time. Massive thank you for helping run this channel to Tier 1 YouTube members AV, MangyMinotaur, ScaldabagnoBlu, Kutay, mickw, Tier 2 members Whale Biologist, Lazar, and RogueRhino. You guys are amazing!